This special meeting of the Mishawaka Common Council for Thursday, April 11th, 2024 will please come to order. Good evening. We're happy to see everyone this evening, and welcome to the Mayor's State of the City presentation to the Mishawaka Common Council. One bit of housekeeping, if you would, please take a moment to check your cell phone to make sure that you have placed it on silent or vibrate so that you don't interrupt the Mayor's flow as he is sharing his words of wisdom with us. Thank you for your cooperation with regard to that. And then, at this time, if you would, please join us in rising for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Mrs. Hazen?
Here.
Mrs. Volker?
Here.
Mr. Carroll?
Here.
Mr. Benecki?
Here.
Mr. Emmons?
Here.
Ms. Hahn?
Here.
Mr. Mammalenti?
Here.
Mr. Violi?
Here.
Mr. Hixenbaugh?
Here.
All are present in person.
Thank you. And at this time, we will move into our sole item of business this evening, the Mayor's State of the City address. And it is my privilege to introduce the Mayor of Mishawaka, the Honorable David A. Wood. Mr. Mayor, the floor is yours.
Mr. President. Mr. President, council members, Clerk Block, Youth Council, friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, welcome to my State of the City presentation. Thank you for giving up your evening to spend some quality time discussing our favorite topic, our beloved Princess City. This marks my 13th and the 123rd time that a mayor has addressed council in the history of Mishawaka. Thank you for moving your meetings, your times up from 7 until 6. My administration loves that change. You, though, may regret that decision tonight. I now have a bonus hour. Anyway, Actually, I will make it my goal to get you home sooner than you have ever gone home from one of my states of the city. I'll do my best to stick to the facts, not frustrate my staff by making unrealistic promises, and I might even let you in on a couple of secrets along the way. First, I'd like to thank our staff for their great work putting together the State of the City report, specifically Tim, Ken, Brent, Matt, and all of our department managers. I'd like to give a special shout out to Tim Brill. This is his last State of the City as editor-in-chief. He finally threw up his hands in disgust, which is saying a lot considering he runs the wastewater treatment plant. And he's retiring this summer, and we will miss him greatly and wish him well. We've just survived the Great American Eclipse unscathed. As the state declared an emergency and governments and schools around us shut down, Mishawaka stayed open, safe, and providing services uninterrupted, just as always. I did, however, host a watch party to view the rare event right here at City Hall. And as far as I know, we can all still see. But it occurred to me, I always theme my states of the city out, my presentations every year. And this year, during the historic eclipse, it occurred to me that our theme ought to be, our future's so bright, we ought to wear shades. I think it would be fitting in a lot of ways, but I did end up going with a more traditional theme. So what is the state of our city? Overall, it hasn't changed for decades, and it's still the same this year. Strong, safe, financially stable, and growing. As we reflect on the enduring values that have shaped our community over the years, it's evident that our commitment to vision, progress, sacrifice, and resilience remains unwavering. Today, I am proud to report that our collective efforts are yielding big results, and Mishawaka is on a new trajectory of growth and vitality. With each passing year, we are witnessing a surge of energy and excitement in our city. We are growing at a more rapid pace, expanding our options and amenities to rival those of much larger cities, while protecting and preserving the hometown, small town charm and family values that define Mishawaka. This year, we chart a new course forward, and I have chosen the theme honoring our past, leading our present, shaping our future. This theme encapsulates the essence of our endeavors as a city as we pay homage to our rich history, embrace the challenges and opportunities of the present, and lay the groundwork for a prosperous and sustainable future. And I particularly love these three images because it is the exact same spot along the St. Joe River 100 years apart. Honoring our past starts with honoring those who made our future possible, our veterans. As we reflect on our city's rich history, it is essential to recognize the sacrifices made by our veterans and their ongoing contributions to our community. Mishawaka takes great pride in supporting our veterans, and one way we do this is by providing assistance to Mishawaka Trooptown, an organization dedicated to helping homeless veterans in our city. By providing support to Mishawaka Trooptown, we demonstrate our unwavering commitment to ensuring that every veteran in our community has access to vital assistance at the time that they need that assistance most. But it is more than that. It is our duty to provide them with the care and the respect that they have earned and deserve. I'm proud to announce the upcoming completion of our Veterans Walk at Battelle Park, a testament of our unwavering commitment to honor and remember the sacrifices of our veterans. This solemn space will feature an eternal flame and a monument bearing the names of every soldier from Mishawaka who gave their lives in service to our nation, carved in enduring granite. As we pay tribute to those brave men and women, let us also renew our pledge to support and uphold the values for which they fought. May the Veterans Walk serve as a lasting symbol of our gratitude and respect for their service and sacrifice. I expect to dedicate it on Memorial Day, just ahead of our great hometown tradition, the Mishawaka Memorial Day Parade. I believe you can tell a lot about a community by who it honors and who it remembers. In Mishawaka, we believe that honoring our past and remembering the individuals who contributed to our city's growth and prosperity is essential to understanding our community's values and identity. One individual who exemplifies this commitment to service is former Fire Chief Dale Freeman. For decades, Chief Freeman dedicated himself to protecting and serving the residents of Mishawaka as the city's longest-serving fire chief. After retiring as Mishawaka Fire Chief, Dale continued to serve Mishawaka in various capacities, including on the Mishawaka Plan Commission and the Board of Public Works and Safety. This year, Chief Freeman was honored with the prestigious Drum Award Major at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Breakfast. This award recognizes individuals who have demonstrated exceptional leadership and dedication to serving their community, embodying the spirit of Dr. King's legacy. And thanks, Clerk Block, for the great suggestion. As we reflect on Chief Freeman's legacy, we are reminded of the importance of honoring all those who have paved a way for our city's success. Last year, we unveiled Marvin's Garden, a lasting tribute to the legacy of Marv Wood, a beloved Mishawaka citizen and revered figure in our community, state, and beyond. Marv is not only a friend and colleague to many, but also a Mishawaka public servant. As the head coach of the 1954 high school state championship boys basketball team, Marv not only inspired the movie Hoosiers, but he left an indelible mark on our city, inspiring generations of athletes and fans alike. His kindness, leadership, dedication, and unwavering commitment to excellence they serve as a shining example of the values we hold dear in Mishawaka. This beautiful, popular new space serves as a reminder of the power of perseverance, teamwork, and dedication, values that Marv embodied throughout his life and values that define us. Not only do we celebrate the people who have meant so much to the Princess City, but we also celebrate the places. Neighborhood parks have contributed greatly to our quality of life for generations, and their significance and benefits cannot be overstated. These green spaces not only offer recreational opportunities, but also serve as focal points for our community engagement and cohesion. It's been my goal to update every neighborhood park, and we have made great progress towards that goal. I want each to be a unique experience, and Rose Park is getting transformational improvements right now. When complete, it will be a park like no other, to include some traditional, uniquely Mishawaka culture and activities. The park will be home to a mix of historic activities like Belgian bowling, bocce ball, and wiffle ball, along with traditional park amenities. Phase 1 is well underway and due to be complete by summer. Phase 2 is funded and construction will begin soon. Phase 3 will begin next year. Another neighborhood park in the heart of a great historic neighborhood is Normain Park. It too is about to get some transformational change. Improvements will include an inclusive playground, shelter, walking trails, ball diamonds, basketball court, and a splash pad. A new restroom will replace the current reigning worst restroom in Mishawaka. In the heart of the park will be one of its most innovative features, a Miracle Diamond, a specially designed turf field that caters to individuals in wheelchairs and other developmental disabilities. While implementation of the plan will be phased in over an estimated 6 to 8 years, efforts are underway currently to expedite the first phase of improvements through the generosity of private donors. Honoring our past means we preserve our history and value the works that our ancestors built while displaying great craftsmanship and ingenuity at great sacrifice. Mishawaka is blessed to have very prominent structures built by the Works Progress Administration, an FDR program to get people back to work building public works in their own communities during the Great Depression. Building these beautiful structures not only helped define the Princess City, but also put food on the tables of our ancestors during times of great need. I know of no other community that has as many WPA works as Mishawaka. I grew up next to some of these hidden stone treasures at historic Petro Park and gained an early appreciation for them, not to mention a few skinned knees. Restoration of these historic structures and educating our public about them and who built them is a particular passion of mine. Petro Park is now the back nine of Eberhart Golf Course. It's home to a vast quantity of WPA stoneworks, and most of our community doesn't even know about them. These nearly 100-year-old stone treasures have been buried, neglected, or have been deteriorating over time. It's my goal to save and restore these structures to get them to a point where they can be enjoyed by generations to come. And I'd also like to have them more accessible to the public. This spring, we have added a beautiful new pedestrian bridge across Willow Creek and restored sections of the stone wall that have been destroyed over time. I personally supervise the project, though it couldn't happen without the creative expertise of our department managers who indulge me this passion. I'd love to get all of you down there sometimes to show it off. Leading in the present means providing world-class services that our residents have come to expect. It means building and maintaining great infrastructure and safely serves our community now and into the future. And it includes partnering on large development projects that will positively impact Mishawaka's population and economy. As you can see, our city is in great hands with this cast of characters, otherwise known as the highly overrated staff. Under the leadership of these folks, what could go wrong? Well, these people have my supreme confidence, and they are the best at what they do anywhere. So my answer to that question is not much. Leading into present means we continue to make public safety priority number one. In Mishawaka, ensuring the safety and security of our residents is fundamental to everything that we do. As we navigate the challenges of today, it is imperative that we remain vigilant and proactive in addressing crime and maintaining law and order in our community. It is our top job. I am proud to announce that our efforts have yielded significant results. Mishawaka's crime rate declined another 6.5% in 2023. Over the past 14 years, of which I've had the honor of serving as your mayor, overall crime has gone down 12 of those years. This significant accomplishment reflects the dedication and hard work of our law enforcement personnel, as well as the collaborative efforts of our community members in supporting crime prevention initiatives. However, our work is far from over. We must remain vigilant in our efforts in addressing emerging challenges and adapt to evolving security needs. By prioritizing public safety, investing in law enforcement resources, and fostering strong partnerships between law enforcement agencies and the community, we will continue to build a safer, more secure future for all of our residents in Mishawaka. Together, we will ensure that Mishawaka remains a place where people can thrive, businesses can prosper, and everyone will feel safe and protected. Through collaborative efforts involving my administration, the City Council, and the Fraternal Order of Police, we successfully implemented the 12-hour shift program for our police department in Mishawaka this year. This initiative was designed to achieve multiple objectives: enhancing public safety, ensuring more police presence on our streets, and managing city expenditures effectively. One of the key benefits of transitioning to 12-hour shifts is that it has enabled us to optimize our police resources and personnel, ultimately allowing for more officers to be deployed on the streets at any given point in time. This increased police presence is fundamental to deterring crime, responding to emergencies more effectively, and addressing community concerns. Moreover, the implementation of 12-hour shifts has contributed to making Mishawaka police officers some of the highest paid in the state of Indiana. By providing competitive compensation, we are now better able to attract and retain talent in a highly competitive market, and we anticipate being fully staffed later in the year. To ensure public safety extends beyond the streets of Mishawaka and into the halls of our schools, a groundbreaking partnership has forged between School City of Mishawaka and the City of Mishawaka. This innovative collaboration led to the establishment of a program where reserve police officers serve as school resource officers within School City of Mishawaka. Recognizing the importance of having law enforcement presence in schools, the goal is to have 10 officers, 1 in each school and 2 in the high school, by the end of 2025. To address budgetary considerations, the program strategically taps retired Mishawaka police officers who bring a wealth of experience to the role of SRO. Retirees are sworn in, again by me, as Mishawaka Police Reserve officers and employed directly through School City. This arrangement not only provides valuable security at schools, but also offers retirees the opportunity to continue to serve their community in a meaningful way. To date, 7 of the 10 SRO positions have been filled, with 2 more due to be hired very soon. We are committed to enhancing public safety infrastructure, and as a result, our biggest project, the Mishawaka Fire Department Station number 2, is quickly taking shape and is set to open by the end of this year. This milestone is the culmination of significant investment in our community's safety and well-being, and it is the single largest investment in the history of the department at $15 million. The station, spanning an impressive 25,000 square feet, is designed to meet the evolving needs of our growing city and ensure efficient emergency response capabilities. At the heart of the new facility are its 5 spacious apparatus bays, providing ample room for vehicles and equipment. In addition to its primary function as a fire station, this new facility will feature a Survive Alive house dedicated to educating elementary school children about fire safety and prevention. Furthermore, the station will include a versatile community room offering space for public gatherings, meetings, and events. Most importantly, Station 2 serves as a home for our firefighters. Their health and well-being are paramount, so we have integrated innovative new safety features in it, such as a barrier between the apparatus bays and the living quarters that will prevent cancer. It is exciting times down at the Mishawaka Fire Department, to be sure. Last year, we took delivery of identical twins named Sutphin Monarch. These pumpers will enhance our fleet with the latest in firefighting technology. We also took delivery of a new Pierce Saber pump to serve as a vital reserve engine, ready to be deployed whenever one of our frontline apparatus requires service. With these modern vehicles at our disposal, we are better equipped than ever to respond to emergencies. The new station and engines represent our ongoing commitment to ensuring the highest standards for emergency response in our community, and we need them. In 2023, we responded to 10,421 calls for service. That's about a 2.5% decrease from the year before. Among these calls were 7,903 medical emergencies and 107 fire-related incidents. As we continue to uphold our mission of protecting lives and property, we remain focused on maintaining our staffing levels at the department. We currently have 7 openings with 7 recruits in process that should be joining our ranks soon. Looking ahead, we are entering contract negotiation year with optimism for a positive outcome. We look forward to working with the council and the union to ensure fair compensation and working conditions for our firefighters, enabling us to continue to provide exceptional service to our residents here in Mishawaka. Mishawaka's ability to thrive economically and provide essential services to our residents hinges on proactive financial management and strategic planning. It is imperative that we remain proactive in analyzing and addressing the financial challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. By adopting a forward-thinking approach, we can anticipate future needs, identify potential risks, and implement effective strategies to keep Mishawaka financially sound for years to come. Key to our strong financial management is our controller, Rebecca McGuire, and her dedicated staff. Their expertise plays a crucial role in overseeing our city's finances, managing our budgets, and ensuring transparency and accountability of our financial matters. Their tireless work behind the scenes helps us maintain fiscal discipline and safeguard the city's financial health. Financial leadership is a collaborative effort that requires cooperation and support of all of our elected officials, city departments, and stakeholders. Together, we must work hand in hand to make informed decisions, prioritize investments, and allocate resources wisely to meet the needs of our community now and into the future. And as you see from our budget numbers, our total budget's about $65 million. Our assessed valuation is nearly $2 billion, excuse me. That's up 13, almost 14% from the year before. Circuit breaker losses were $8.5 million. General fund balance is $19.6 million. And every year I depict a picture of George to convey our financial condition. And these are just some examples of the ones I've used in the past. You might be wondering where we stand now. We are there. Neighborhood stability remains a top priority and is key component to bridging our success of our past with our future. In 2023, we added another code enforcement officer to keep pace with the demands of our growing city. Our Top 100 program, which targets the worst properties with significant code violations, remains a cornerstone of our neighborhood code enforcement efforts. Since its inception back in 2011, the program has handled over 1,100 cases, with an impressive 91% successfully closed. In 2023, we intensified our focus on substandard properties, holding hearings and leading to the demolition of 45 structures deemed beyond repair. To further bolster our capabilities, I'm proposing that we add a chief code inspector in 2025. This will enable us to streamline operations, increase efficiency, focus on persistent problems, and provide mentorship out in the field. We will also explore creating a rental registration program aimed at helping us to track rental properties. And finally, we will bid farewell to Joe Van Neville, who will retire this summer after dedicating many years in serving our city. His contributions have been invaluable, and we extend our heartfelt gratitude for his years of service and commitment to maintaining the integrity of our neighborhoods. Nice picture. Speaking of keeping Mishawaka clean, perhaps no service provided by the city keeps Mishawaka as clean as our No Trash Left Behind curbside solid waste and recycling pickup program. It's a fundamental service that our city contracts out that is designed to ensure the efficient collection, disposal, and recycling of materials while promoting clean neighborhoods and environmental sustainability. This year, we will seek bids for a 5.5-year contract to begin January 1, 2025. We know that this could potentially be disruptive for service in the short term, but the city is dedicated to providing the highest levels of service for the best value for our residents. I believe you can judge a community's success by what residents can take for granted. That can't happen without solid leadership. Our utilities are prime examples of this. You don't much think about utilities until there are problems. Because of the hard work and dedication of Mishawaka Utilities employees, the outstanding reliability of our utilities is just another benefit of living in our great hometown. For example, there were 13 unplanned circuit power outages in 2023, with the cumulative outage time of 15.3 hours. That's a decrease of 12.5% from the previous year, and unmatched anywhere you care to look. This reliability in our region is unmatched in our region and at rates that are 40% less than surrounding areas. Our utilities are fundamental to our community's success and well-being and give us strategic advantage for growth going into our future. No one likes rate increases, but we know that rate increases are needed for Mishawaka Utilities Electric. Since we last adjusted rates downward several years ago, the world associated with producing and delivering power has changed dramatically. Our goal will be to continue to incrementally adjust rates to reduce the risk of double-digit yearly rates that can have a significantly negative impact on those on fixed incomes. We are in the process of renegotiating and renewing our current purchase power agreement with Wolverine Power Cooperative. We will stay vigilant and look for all opportunities to control our own destiny, perhaps even seeking part ownership of the cooperative itself. We will keep you in the loop. After 10 years of discussions, research, planning, land acquisition, engineering, and a little over 2.5 years of construction, our new treatment plant at Jude Creek is complete for Mishawaka Water. This $40 million state-of-the-art facility can produce 8.2 million gallons of clean, potable drinking water a day, and we can easily expand that production to 12.5 million gallons with the addition of 2 more deep wells. And we may need them very soon. The plant went live today. They trusted me to push the button to begin operations, which was a big risk. And we began a new era of water security here in Mishawaka. Thankfully, there were no mushroom clouds in the great northeastern skies. This is a significant 100-year-plus investment for Mishawaka's future, and we need to protect it. We have been forced to abandon a well field once in the past due to MTBE contamination from a nearby gas station. We don't want to repeat history here. I am prepared to do what I can to protect this new well field, our ratepayers' investment, and the quality of our water for future generations. Last October, our new 1.5 million gallon Gumwood water tower went online, and I inspected it personally, all the way to the tippy top with our good friend Dave Majeski. This was a scary trip, to be sure, and I'm pleased to report that the tank passed my inspection and it's good to go. It looks good during the day, proudly displaying Mishawaka's name, which can be seen for miles around in the heart of Granger, but it looked particularly good at night a few weeks ago when we proudly lit it up maroon and white for the Mishawaka High School Cavemen boys basketball team in honor of their regional championship, their first since 1955. You may be wondering what the heck we are building near Eberhard Golf Course. It's a 1.5 million gallon water reservoir adjacent to our Virgil water treatment plant. This new tank will replace an existing 1.5 million gallon tank that recently celebrated its 100th birthday. It has served the city well, but it leaks like a sieve, and it's beyond rehabilitation. When the tank was built, it cost roughly $35,000. I would say we definitely got our money's worth out of that. Our new reservoir cost $8.6 million, and it will be accompanied by 2 new wellheads. It is built with an internal dividing wall that will effectively make it like 2 tanks, giving us redundancy for cleaning and maintenance operations. This is a 100-plus year investment, and I don't want to even guess what its replacement cost will be in 21-24. My mom always said, if I can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. So I ain't gonna say much about our efforts to renegotiate our wastewater consent decree with the United States EPA and United States Department of Justice. Suffice it to say that it's been excruciatingly slow. We are wasting more trees writing letters back and forth than making real progress on a deal. That said, we are making great progress on our new strategy, the Sewer Separation and Neighborhood Revitalization Plan, affectionately known as the Wood Long-Term Control Plan. In this plan, we are replacing the concept of a mega-deep, mega-expensive tunnel with additional sewer separation projects. We believe that our new plan will be more proactive, protective of the environment, and the new plan also helps us replace more lead water lines in older neighborhoods and has the added benefit of bringing tangible improvements to neighborhood infrastructure, including new streets, curbs, sidewalks, and lighting. Project areas for this year include 3rd Street, 7th Street in Spring and Wells, and the Linden Boulevard and Twin Branch areas. We have made a significant progress to date, eliminating over 99.6% of sewage discharge into the St. Joe River, which is less than where our neighbors will be after they are complete with their plans. Our current strategy has greatly improved neighborhoods, services, St. Joe River quality, and our environment. We have explained our upcoming projects in much greater detail in the written report. Mishawaka continues to reap the benefits of our geographic location at the center of our region. The city has promoted development with long-term strategic decision-making, such as continuing investments made downtown, the extension of infrastructure to the exit 83 of the interchange at the Indiana Toll Road, and the creation of a medical hub, including St. Joseph Regional Medical Center, the VA Clinic, and the Beacon Health System. Now, the Mishawaka Fieldhouse Regional Recreation Center will add to our list of assets. In 2023, the city saw $172 million in new construction, which is a significantly higher rate than the city's 10-year average. The Mill Phase 2, a $63 million mixed-use development on the site of the old ball band coal yard, where the missile building once stood, was our biggest single permit. The new building includes 215 luxury apartments, 2 end-cap commercial spaces, and an internal parking garage. Expected completion is 2025. Across the street, the completion of the Avalon this month marks another milestone in Mishawaka's ongoing urban revitalization efforts. The Avalon offers a mixed-use environment with 100 residential units and looks spectacular at night. With its strategic location, the modern amenities, the Avalon is poised to attract residents seeking a dynamic urban living experience. The mixed-use concept promotes a sense of community by integrating residential with commercial spaces, fostering interaction between residents and visitors alike. As the Avalon opens its doors this month, it will contribute to the city's vision of creating a unique and thriving urban landscape. Every year I do a deep dive on a significant issue facing Mishawaka. Housing is complex. It's a major issue facing not only Mishawaka, but communities all over Indiana and beyond. One might think that a community chock full of inexpensive housing is a great thing. However, cities with lots of inexpensive housing tend to be the places that are not growing and certainly not thriving. People are moving to places that are more expensive, typically chasing amenities, quality of life, or school quality. In this regard, supply is responsive to demand in healthy markets, and prices are impacted as a result. Strong fundamentals in communities likely means that there is demand for housing. Mishawaka has been focused on fundamentals for years, and the Mishawaka housing market is showing strong demand. The market is changing. People, particularly young people, are looking less to own and more to rent in developments that are rich in amenities and offer safe environments that promote healthy lifestyles and a good quality of life. Mishawaka is ideally suited to capture this demand. That is why we continue to see strong growth, particularly in our mixed-use developments. These kind of developments have the extra added benefit of bringing double or triple the property tax revenue and exponentially more income tax revenue than do traditional developments, which is good for our bottom line and our ability to provide high level of services to all of our residents. Single-family housing still plays a significant role in Mishawaka's future, but there are headwinds facing new single-family home construction everywhere. Many home builders were driven out of the industry following the Great Recession of 2008 and haven't returned. Building material costs and scarcity of supplies, higher interest rates, and cost of infrastructure are other challenges. Profit is an important consideration to home building, and builders will not build where they cannot make a profit. Building permits in all of Indiana are still below pre-2008 numbers, and it's only profitable to build in about a half a dozen Indiana counties. Here too, Mishawaka is holding strong. It is still profitable to build a home here, and we have added over 800 new single-family homes in the last 15 years, with several hundred more in the pipeline. The construction of the Mishawaka Fieldhouse represents a significant milestone in the city's development as a regional hub for amateur sports. This project is about to become a reality after 5 years of planning, collaboration with Andy Card and Visit South Bend, and a lot of sacrificed hair. Scheduled for completion this summer, the cavernous facility spanning nearly 220,000 square foot, containing 10 multi-purpose courts, a turf field, pickleball courts, concessions, and tenant space will cater to a wide range of sporting events and activities. The influx of tens of thousands of visitors from outside the area to Mishawaka to visit this facility will provide substantial boost to our economy. The old City Hall is getting new life. Partnering with community initiatives like the United Way One Roof project demonstrates Mishawaka's commitment to addressing the needs of our residents in innovative and collaborative ways. This unique multi-organizational approach to providing social services under one roof optimizes the layout of the former City Hall Bingham School by bringing together various organizations to provide the city's most vulnerable citizens of all ages with access of vital resources and assistance. Construction has already begun on this $8 million project. A recent meeting with the United Way leadership revealed that 80% of the building has already been leased up. We anticipate more good news in the very near future from United Way about the remaining 20% of the building. On the same block on the corner of Cedar and Lincoln Way, work has begun on the new Women's Care Center that will provide outstanding services. And just this week, plans were approved for a 2-story home, single-family home, to be built by the Mishawaka High School Building Trades class for next year. These projects will fill the block of the former City Hall and surrounding properties with great productive uses that fit in very well with the neighborhood. Last year, the city began phased renovation of Crawford Park. With community input, we envisioned a park to be themed as natural playscape with amenities that might be found in lowland wetland areas. The current phase includes a new restroom building that is intended to serve both Crawford Parks and Shiojiri Garden, a natural playscape with play equipment and a splash pad designed for younger children, a pavilion, and construction will be completed this spring. I'm delighted to announce that Home Street, the drag strip of my youth, and now has the distinction as the road in the worst condition in the city of Mishawaka, will finally undergo a complete overhaul in 2024. This road, notorious for its poor condition, serves a significant industrial area in Mishawaka, experiencing heavy truck traffic on a regular basis. The much-needed improvement comes as a result of the city's successful bid for a $1 million community crossing matching grant from the state of Indiana, awarded in November of '23. The grant will enable the repaving not only of Home Street, but also of Mick Court, Stone Court, and LaSalle Avenue from Burkett Avenue to Elder Road. And it's about to get painful for motorists and residents near downtown. The city and St. Joseph County are proceeding with a project to rehabilitate and widen the Cedar Street Bridge. The main element of the project is to widen the bridge to facilitate the expansion of the Riverwalk across the St. Joseph River. When complete, it will connect existing Riverwalk sections on the north and south banks of the river and close the 3.5-mile loop of Riverwalk from Logan to Cedar. In addition to the widening, new railing will be installed similar to the look of the Logan and Mishawaka Avenue bridges. New bridge lighting with colored changing accent lighting poles will be added to improve the aesthetics of the bridge and distinguish it from any other in the city. The project will have an overlook allowing spectacular views of Mishawaka. And I know that that bridge was engineered very well, thanks to somebody sitting in this audience. The $6.8 million project will be paid for by 80% federal funding. Construction is scheduled to begin in July and is anticipated to be completed by October 2025. The Vistula Ballard Street realignment project will begin this year. Though this project began as an element of our wastewater long-term control plan, sewer project, it is another example of how we comprehensively address, improve, and solve neighborhood issues with our projects. The raised table and all-way stop will slow traffic along Vistula, a neighborhood issue, while making a safe crossing for Twin Branch School and the park for the neighborhood. Our street parking will be added to serve the popular park, and the intersection will actually be realigned to create a more efficient and intuitive traffic pattern for neighbors and for school parents at pickup. And this will be the year that the city takes possession of the former Dodge manufacturing facility. It's one of Mishawaka's legacy manufacturers, synonymous with Mishawaka itself, but after years of decay, it will be coming down. The site has mostly been cleared of stuff. Demolition and redevelopment of the staff of the site will cost about $13 million. If we don't do it, it won't get done. And I will not strap future generations with the cleanup of this industrial wasteland. Future city plans include extending the road from 7th and Union to 6th and Laurel. We will use some of the property for the future expansion of Mishawaka Fire Department Station Number 1 and expansion and adding a salt barn over at the Central Services site. We will also seek proposals for development of the vast majority of the 20-acre site. Shaping the future of Mishawaka involves proactively planning and strategic decision-making to address current challenges and guide future development. It is also a means that we collaborate with our state, our neighbors, and partners in good government to take advantage of opportunities that promote our city. It's imperative that we have the skilled leadership in place to make decisions today while training and developing leaders for the future. This year, we will begin several new initiatives geared at placing our city in the right path to thrive in the future. The most important thing you can do to shape our future is to help shape our future leaders today. My Mayor's Youth Advisory Council does exactly that, and it's my most important initiative. Since its inception, Youth Council has played a crucial role in educating young people about local government and fostering a sense of civic responsibility and pride in hometown. With over 175 participants over my 14 years, Youth Council has provided a valuable opportunity for high school students from the Princess City to actively contribute to their community's growth and development. This year's council has 33 dynamic and talented individuals from a variety of local high schools. Through Youth Council, these leaders have the opportunity to voice their ideas, concerns, aspirations for Mishawaka, actively participate in discussions and initiatives that shape the city's future. By involving youth in decision-making processes and encouraging their involvement in community projects, Youth Council empowers them to make a positive impact and become effective leaders in Mishawaka right now. Youth Council members, if you could please stand. These future leaders standing before us today, we can take great pride in knowing that Mishawaka's future is indeed in great hands. Their dedication, passion, and commitment to serving their community inspires us all to continue nurturing and supporting the next generation of leaders. There's a lot of activities competing for their time. For these kids to make their hometown's future a priority is all you need to know about them. They have my eternal gratitude, and I love them like I love my own. You may sit. I'd also like to thank my wife, Jamie, for running the program each and every year, which takes a lot of time and dedication and is a particular passion of hers. And also Krista and Debbie, my assistants in office, who volunteer and help shepherd the kids and feed them well. So I will also give you a little bit of progress. Last year, we announced on the night of State of the City that we had met our goal to raising enough money to build the Mish Pocket Park. Through the kids' outstanding efforts to raise all of the money, it has been under construction. It is near completion, and we will dedicate that and cut the ribbon on May 19th. You will all be invited. And our president, Nish, has just secured some very special plantings for the pocket park that we will talk about when it is time to cut the ribbon. But I can tell you these kids did an outstanding job, and I think it's an incredible project. But we can't lead into the future without sound integrated planning. We have recently begun 3 major planning efforts, the biggest of which is the city's comprehensive master plan. The city its last master plan was completed over 30 years ago. The plan served us well over the last quarter century, but the time has come to assess our needs, wants, desires, and look big picture at the items facing our city's future as we head into our 3rd century. We will review the city on a neighborhood-by-neighborhood basis, identifying areas where infrastructure is needed, where we need to improve aesthetics, where we may need sidewalks or trails, and how better to guide future growth and development. Through data collection and analysis, the city will gain valuable insights into various neighborhood dynamics, including the prevalence of nuisance properties or the differences between rental and owner-occupied properties in the neighborhood. This information will inform decision-making processes and help allocate resources to address specific needs and concerns in each neighborhood. The process should take about a year to complete. I'm looking forward to working with all of our elected and appointed officials to gain input. Please consider being an active participant in this. We will complete it, and then we will go public with it. It seems like we are getting hit with new unfunded mandates every day, particularly at our water utility. All the time, it is occurring, and in fact, just yesterday, we saw new PFAS limits announced by the EPA. We don't know yet the impact that these will have on our utility, but rest assured, it will be expensive. No doubt, a deep dive topic for a future state of the city. Another is the lead copper rules. We have all heard about the harmful impacts of lead in municipal water systems. Many legacy water utility systems were designed with lead water many decades ago. There are an estimated 9.2 million lead service lines in the United States. Some cities, including here in our area, have been unable to deliver safe, clean, potable drinking water to their residents as a result. Let me assure you that Mishawaka's water is safe, past, present, and future. Mishawaka has been proactive over the years, eliminating just over 4,000 utility-owned lead service lines since the early 2000s. But the problem is more pervasive than city utility water main. Lead lines or fixtures can be in our homes, schools, and businesses, particularly the older ones. New EPA lead copper rule improvements will go into effect later this October. Stricter requirements will mandate that all lead services need to be replaced on the public-facing side and the private-facing side. We have received grant funding to help us identify the issue and map the issue out, and we have applied for further grant funding that will help us develop communication strategies to work with homeowners and private property owners on the private side. We will continue to proactively replace lead services, and a plan to eliminate all lead services is in place, and we will eliminate them by 2037. The cost will be steep, estimated in excess of $55 million now. This is another unfunded mandate. Thankfully, we have great leadership at our water utility, and we are way ahead of most communities on this matter. As our city grows, we must make sure that our roads and traffic management keeps pace. Motorists and residents are becoming frustrated with congestion and traffic on the near south side. As I have noted in years past, expanding the Princess City Parkway to 5 lanes from border to border continues to be a high priority for the city. This is the primary corridor that includes Gumwood Road, Main Street, Church Street, Union Street, and Bremen Highway, all without having to make one turn, connecting our northern border through the downtown to our southern city limit at the US 20 bypass. A recent study identified major traffic congestion, particularly at critical hours on Union Street, Bremen Highway from 7th Street to Fulmer. To complicate matters, part of the thoroughfare is in the city, and much of it, including the 2-lane section up the hill, is in the county. Proposed corridor improvements will include new travel lanes, curbs and gutters, center turn lane, right turn lanes at signalized intersections, stormwater management infrastructure, and a multi-use trail throughout the corridor. We have already engaged a consultant firm to study the corridor and have had very constructive dialogue with St. Joseph County to partner on the project. We will be approaching MACOG soon to request that the first phase of construction on Union Street from 18th south to Fulmer be added to the queue of federally funded projects. Indiana is committed to investing and growth and prosperity of the individuals and families that call the Hoosier State home. The Regional Economic Acceleration and Development Initiative, or READY, program was created to build on the framework and successes of Indiana Regional Cities Initiative and the 21st Century Talent Initiative, encouraging neighboring communities across the state to work collaboratively to develop a bold vision for their future that, when implemented, will attract and retain talent right here in Indiana. READY 2 is in process with up to $75 million in grant funding available to our region, and we believe that we are well suited to compete for the entire amount. Developers have already expressed an interest in READY 2, and we anticipate numerous applications to the Regional Development Authority for Mishawaka projects that match the state's strategy focused on improving the quality of place, quality of life, quality of opportunity, and that will catalyze our economic and population growth. One such project, Grandview, or Uptown Mishawaka as we affectionately call it. This project represents a major milestone in Mishawaka's growth and urbanization, with a projected investment of $175 million. This mixed-use development at the intersection of State Road 23 and Gumwood is poised to transform the city's landscape. The residential component of Grandview will include 246 upscale apartments with resort-style amenities and 66 exclusive townhomes for sale. Adding to the vibrancy of the development, a 125-room hotel will serve as a lifestyle destination, bringing premier features to the region. Grandview will prioritize community spaces, including green space for events and recreational activities. And importantly, this project is expected to yield significantly higher assessed valuations compared to traditional commercial developments, thereby benefiting the city's economic growth and stability. Just a couple of miles down the Princess City Parkway, Midtown Village is being proposed and submitted for Ready 2 funding for a 40-acre mixed-use campus adjacent to the St. Joseph Health System. Midtown is being designed with uses centered around lifestyle environment, promoting social and physical wellness. The premier location creates new pathways of connectivity to one of the highest concentrations of existing residential, commercial, and retail areas in northern Indiana. Midtown Village could include high-quality residential with 368 apartments and townhomes, as well as a variety of amenities geared towards promoting wellness. 190,000 square feet will be dedicated to restaurants, shops, workspaces, medical fitness facilities, and a 3-level parking garage for residents and visitors. One of the distinguishing features of Mishawaka Midtown is the emphasis on open spaces, with over 5 acres allocated for trails, lakes, and community events. With projected private investment exceeding $200 million, Midtown Village is anticipated to be a significant economic driver for Mishawaka, creating approximately 1,200 new permanent jobs. Currently in the planning stages, the proposal is expected to undergo consideration by the Common Council in the coming months, with potential infrastructure work to begin in 2025. Moving downtown, just as the Avalon finishes up, developers have already begun planning for its sibling building, the Smith and Earl. Located on the vacant block bordered by Hill Street, Front Street, West Street, and First Streets, the Smith and Earl is a 5-story building with hidden podium parking that maximizes density. The project has been described by the developer as creating a curated haven for 160 apartments, complete with top-notch fitness center and an elevated outdoor plaza. Downtown Mishawaka is fast becoming a hub, attracting, in the developer's words, the modern urbanite who craves convenience and connection. Developers plan to submit for Ready 2 funding this summer and start construction in 2025. And in case you are wondering who Smith and Earl are, it's a great story. In 1832, Detroit businessman and Mishawaka founder Alanson Hurd sent prospector William Earl to what is now Mishawaka to scope out the opportunities for development. Earl discovered large deposits of bog iron and encouraged Hurd to visit the area. Alanson Hurd concurred with William Earl's assessment and initiated plans to construct a blast furnace for smelting bog iron into iron castings. The machinery would be powered by water from the St. Joe River Rapids. William Earl and Elias Smith then gathered a large group of workers to build the first blast furnace in Indiana. The factory and surrounding village were built and named St. Joseph Iron Works. Elias Smith, recognizing the need for food and accommodations, opened a tavern and boarding house to meet the requirements of the factory workers. Earl and Smith's teamwork ensured the success of the Ironworks factory and the growth of the village, which eventually combined with Indiana City to become Mishawaka. I love that nod to history and great Mishawaka story. I want to extol the impact of one of our community partners, Habitat for Humanity of St. Joseph County, has on our city. I caught hepatitis about 30 years ago and have not been able to cure it since. And I've been a volunteer board member and partner with the organization for a long time now. I believe that their vision of home ownership is great, and I have seen it work right here in Mishawaka. Indeed, one of the events I'm most proud of as mayor, or in my life for that matter, is the 2018 Carter Work Project at the Fields of Highland neighborhood. Mishawaka was in the international forefront, bringing attention to the issue of affordable housing and in the process helped to build a wonderful neighborhood right here in the Princess City. Now, with less media fanfare, we continue to build on our relationship with Habitat, and their efforts are making Mishawaka a better community for all. The Fields of Highland neighborhood is almost built out, and we now have an opportunity to plan for the next great neighborhood. The McKinley Corridor has been identified by Habitat for Humanity and is an ideal area for new affordable home construction. They intend to apply for Ready 2 funding to assist in redevelopment and building of 50 homes on scattered sites in the corridor. And I am proposing that the city allocate the remainder of our $2 million of COVID funding relief funds towards this project. If successful, this could mean that Habitat will turn its attention from developing on the former Southwest Little League site to developing a subdivision in the McKinley Corridor. I will be talking to you a lot about these plans very soon. In the meantime, Habitat still needs home sites ready to build, so we are working with the affiliate to get them up to 14 infill lots on scattered sites throughout the Princess City. They also have acquired the office building just west of our new fire station number 2. That building will receive a facelift, and they will be moving their headquarter offices into that location. After decades of stagnation, deterioration, and frustration, there is finally a glimmer of hope at a little bit of progress at the former 100 Center Cam Schellinger Brewery. The city acquired and demolished the Cam Island Apartments, or what I like to call addition by subtraction. The main brewery complex was sold and is now under local ownership. The local developers have now been able to scan the buildings and are developing plans for its renovation back to shops and restaurants, with a possibility of some residential uses as well. The owners are working on the plans and programming, which we believe will be a prime candidate for Ready 2 funding. Across the channel from the 100 Center, down island, the city is proceeding with plans to build a permanent pavilion stage in the center of Cam Island that should be available for the biggest annual party in the city, Cam Island Fest, in 2025. The project will be paid for using specific use COVID funding allocated to our redevelopment department to fund the project, and we will have to have some very specific events there as a result. Lastly, if you didn't get enough here, you can join me at any number of my less scripted repeat performances throughout the year of the State of the City traveling roadshow circuit, beginning next week at Woody's district meeting. You and the public are also invited to come and discuss anything you'd like with me here on the front porch at my Front Porch Friday events scheduled for this summer. It's an opportunity to sit down with me, drink some lemonade, and discuss any and all things Mishawaka. There you have it. Although my summary highlights some of our accomplishments and what your local government is doing, I would encourage everyone to read the full report for a more complete perspective, available here or online right now at mishawaka.in.gov. I'm pleased to report that the state of our city is strong. We have created an environment where families can flourish and businesses can thrive. Together, through strategic investments in infrastructure, parks, and community amenities, we are ensuring that Mishawaka remains a desirable place to live, work, and play for generations to come. Additionally, our steadfast focus on crime prevention and public safety has yielded positive results, making Mishawaka one of the safest communities in the region. By working closely with law enforcement agencies and community partners, we are implementing proactive strategies to address crime and prevention to keep our neighborhoods safe and secure. Furthermore, our commitment to economic development has paid big dividends, attracting new businesses, creating jobs, and stimulating growth throughout the city. By fostering a business-friendly environment and supporting local entrepreneurs, we are fueling economic prosperity and opportunity for all of our residents. And as we look to the future, I'm confident that Mishawaka will remain strong and continue to grow. By staying true to our core values and embracing innovation and collaboration, we will overcome any challenges that may arise and continue to build a brighter and prosperous future for our city. When mayors and councils get along, things get done. Finally, I personally want to thank each and every city employee and public officials for your continued service and support, and especially your friendship, and especially over the past year. It's been needed, and I can't tell you how much my family and I appreciate it. Part of the hometown feeling that exists in Mishawaka comes from having elected leaders who are both engaged and accessible. In that regard, I would like to thank the Common Council and Clerk Block for your continued dedication to our Princess City. I continue to believe that we should be very optimistic about our future. In fact, I've never been more optimistic about it. I can't wait to work with you to lead Mishawaka towards its bicentennial. Indeed, Mishawaka's best days are ahead. Together, we will continue to work to make decisions today to lead Mishawaka into the future while honoring our past. May the Princess always look over your shoulder. May God continue to bless you, our citizens, our staff, and our beloved city of Mishawaka.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Very well done. And with that, a motion to adjourn would be in order.
So moved.
We are adjourned. Thank you, folks.